Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is excretion. Okay, before knowing excretion, we want to find out what is excretion. To understand it, you already know that different types of activities are taking place in our body, which are called metabolic activities. I already told you that metabolic activities is all types of activities, constructive and destructive, which are taking place in our body. So we divide them into two categories. One is anabolism or anabolic activities. Second one is catabolism or catabolic activities. Anabolic activities where simple molecules they combine and they make large molecules or synthesis take place. For example, photosynthesis is a metabolic activities. In photosynthesis, carbon dioxide combined with water and glucose is formed. Glucose is a larger molecule. And during this process, oxygen is formed as a byproduct as well as water is also formed. In the same way, catabolic activities are the activities in which larger molecules they break down into the simple one, or you can say it is a destructive activity. For example, digestion, respiration, both are example of catabolism. For example, here you can see that glucose which is formed during metabolic activity or which formed during anabolism or anabolic activity, now it will combine with oxygen, the process of respiration will take place. As a result, carbon dioxide and water formed and energy releases. Here you can see carbon dioxide and water are small molecules. Glucose was a large molecule. So larger compounds are breaking down into the simple one. So it is a catabolic activities. Catabolic activity. So such activities are called catabolic, and both anabolic and catabolic they include in metabolic activities. Okay, now during metabolic activities the byproducts which are formed, for example here in catabolic activity the carbon dioxide which is formed, if it stays in the body it can be harmful for the body. So it's compulsory to remove such type of waste material from the body. So excretion is the removal of metabolic waste and harmful compounds from the body. Okay, so for this purpose in our body, the excretory system which we are going to have is mammalian kidneys. Okay, so we have a pair of kidney in our body for the removal of metabolic waste or from the removal of urea. Okay, before going to the kidney, first we do consider here a table is given in your book, and this table is showing different types of excretory products which are formed in the body and their removal is compulsory. So different types of excretory products in our body, for example carbon dioxide which is formed as a result of respiration, its removal is compulsory from the body as it can be harmful if it stays in the blood. So it removes through the excretory organ which are lungs through expired air. In the same way, minerals they are formed. Minerals can be formed by different types of products. One of them are, for example, nitrogenous products. Nitrogenous products are formed due to the nitrogenous compound, and these compounds when they respire they break down and their removal is compulsory from the body. Why? Because when nitrogenous waste product form in the body, they are in the form of urine and creatinine or different other compounds. So they can be mainly in the form of urea. They are formed in the liver by the deamination of the amino acids, and if these waste material they stay in the body they can change the pH of the body. These are the harmful compound, so their removal is compulsory, and these nitrogenous waste are mostly removed through the kidneys in the form of urine. different muscles which break down in the body, they result in the formation of creatinine, which is also a harmful compound, and it is also removed through the kidney. Some scientists, they do believe that some of these waste material can also removed through skin as well in the form of sweat, but it is in a very small quantity. By the breakdown of nuclear material, uric acid is formed, that is also a nitrogenous waste product. So all these things, they are removed through, mostly through kidneys, and very less in very less amount through the skin. Okay, then other excretory material which are removed from the body is excessive water which is present in the body. This excessive water is removed either through kidneys, mainly it is removed through kidneys, but some of this water can also remove through skin in the form of sweat, some during expired air or expiration through the lungs. Okay, in the same way, some of the waste products are which are removed from the kidney are bile pigments. Bile pigments, you already know, bile is formed by the liver, and it help in the deamination, and bile is formed in the liver, and its function is emulsification. Emulsification is the conversion of large fat globules into the smaller one, so lipase enzyme can work for the digestion of fats. After completion of its function, it remove along with the digestive waste. Along with these bile pigments, hemoglobin breakdown also take place. As you already know, red blood cells, they have their lifespan of 120 days, and after 120 days, red blood cells, they break down their iron store in the liver, and remaining material is removed along with the digestive waste. Sometimes color of the faces is also due to the bile pigments and due to these products. Okay, so these are different types of excretory products which are formed in our body, and their removal from our body is compulsory. Okay. Now the main excretory product which is formed in our body is the nitrogenous waste product, which is in the form of urine. And for the removal of urine in our body, you know that a pair of kidneys are present. Okay, in a man, rabbit, and in other mammals, bean shaped kidneys are present. So we have a pair of kidney for the removal of these nitrogenous waste product from our body. You can see that they are present on both sides of vertebral column, and it has a shape just like of bean. It's one side, and they are present above the waistline. Okay, their one side is convex and one side is concave. Concave side is facing the vertebral column, and a depression is present here in the concave side. This depression is called hilus, and this is the depression or the area where you can see the renal artery, which is formed from the dorsal aorta. It is reaching to the kidney area. So this is the renal artery which is taking the blood to the both kidneys. So it is entering here into the kidney at hilus region, and here you can see that renal vein, which is after cleaning of blood from the urea, it is returning and taking blood back into this renal vein, which will ultimately enter into the inferior vena cava and then to the heart. Okay, so on the same place of the hilus, here you can see a ureter. It originates from the this area, and these ureters lead to the urinary bladder, and in this bladder urine will store for some period of time. And here you can see a sphincter muscles are present, which when they are in contracted position, so they will hold the urine into this bladder, and after some time when they will relax, urine will go into the urethra and it will remove out of the body. So this one is the you can say structure of mammalian urinary system. So this one is the external structure. Okay, so next one is the internal structure, because the main important thing is the internal structure of the kidney. When we cut a kidney in a longitudinal section, so we can see this is the internal structure of a kidney. Here in this internal structure you can find this outer dark region of the kidney is called renal cortex, and the inner light color region is called medulla. And in this medulla, or in not only in human medulla, but in all animals kidney, different conical structure are present. These conical structures, these are called, or you can say the funnel like structure which are present, they are called pyramids. And in human being or in mammals, the number of these pyramids can vary from 12 to 16. Okay, these pyramids, they are originating or they are ending here in a region which is called pelvis, and this is the, you can say, the dilated portion of the this ureter. Okay, now one more and important thing is a kidney's basic structure is nephron. A kidney is made up of 1 million nephrons. These nephrons, they are starting from this cortex region and then entering into the medulla, then again into the cortex region, and then ultimately opening here into this renal pelvis region. Okay, so this is the longitudinal section of a human kidney. Okay, now I will explain you the structure of nephron, which is very important. So here in this we'll do study the structure of nephron and its function, how kidney is performing its function. Okay, I have already told you that kidney is made up of 1 million nephrons. Okay, so here I told you that the artery which is entering into the kidney is called renal artery. As a kidney is made up of 1 million nephrons, so this renal artery, when enter into the kidney, it divide it into very small and thin arterioles which are ultimately entering to each nephron. So here I am telling you, okay, the structure of nephron is like this, that this upper region of this nephron, or we can simply divide the structure of nephron into two parts. The upper one, cup shaped structure, and this network of vessel is called Malpighian corpuscle or renal corpuscle, and the remaining tube like structure is called renal tubule. Okay, this cup shaped structure is called Bowman's capsule. As this you can see here, as this renal artery enters the kidney region, so it divides into arterioles. So this arteriole which is formed is called efferent arteriole. Its you can say diameter is wider than this one which is leaving this network, which is called efferent arteriole. Okay, this efferent arteriole break down in number of blood capillaries, and this structure is called glomerulus. At this glomerulus region, which is a network of capillaries, and this cup-shaped structure, both are forming Malpighian corpuscle. Okay, now after this is having a tubular portion. So first part is called first convoluted part, then from this region it will enter into the medulla region of the kidney. So here it is having a U-shaped structure which is called loop of Henle, and after this it is having a second convoluted part, and second convoluted part is ending into the renal pelvis. Here you can see again in this diagram. So here you can see in this region, in the kidney region, you can see in the cortex region Bowman capsule and glomerulus is present. then this convoluted portion, then this U-shaped loop of Henle is present into the medulla region, then again second convoluted part is in this cortex region, then ultimately it is opening here in a collecting duct where many nephrons they are ending, and this collecting duct is ending into the pelvis region. From here the urine will go or collect into the ureter, and ultimately it will go into the bladder. Okay, so this is the internal, or you can say this is the main structure of nephron, and nephron is you can say that it is helping in the collection of or the formation of urine. Okay, one very important thing is, you know, that here the pressure of blood is more in these efferent arteries. So due to this, or in this vessel the pressure of blood is more, due to which urine formation process take place. Okay, then you can see here the efferent arteriole, or these vessels, they are covering this renal tubule portion. Why they are covering, in the next topic I will explain you that how they are helping in the absorption of useful material. So these blood capillaries, they are covering this whole tubule portion, so they can absorb maximum useful material. Okay, now I will explain, because the main function of the kidney is urine formation. So the two steps take place in this region. So here again I have drawn a diagram. So here you can see that this is the Bowman capsule, or this is the structure. So here efferent artery is coming, or arteriole is coming. So at the first part in this region, the first step of urine formation take place, which is called pressure filtration or ultrafiltration. Okay, what happens here? Okay, due to the pressure of blood from this glomerulus, all material you can say that the oxygen, the water, salts, glucose, amino acids, nitrogenous waste material in the form of urine, all is filtered and enter into this cup shaped structure, which is Bowman's capsule. This filtrate contain high amount of oxygen, large amount of salts and water, and again the urea, nitrogenous waste material which is in the form of urea, amino acids, all these material they will be in this filtrate. Remember one thing, that red blood cells, platelets and other proteins which are larger in size, they will stay here in this glomerulus region. Okay, as this filtrate move down and down into this renal tubule, so here you can see a network of capillaries covering this tubule. Okay, these network of capillaries, they absorb all the useful material according to the body requirement. For example, if body need more water, so all extra water will be absorbed by these capillaries. And in healthy organism, urine don't have glucose and amino acids, so all the glucose and amino acid will be absorbed in these capillary. Okay, so for the absorption in this area, active transport also take place for the absorption of these minerals. Okay, as urine move down and down in this tubule, so it is becoming more and more concentrated, as useful material, water, minerals, all the things they are keep on absorbing. So first step was ultrafiltration. The second step which is occurring here in this tubular portion is that selective reabsorption. Okay, after selective reabsorption, as I told you that urine is becoming more and more concentrated as it goes into the collecting duct. Okay, so the remaining all absorbed material is coming here into the renal vein, and there is a difference that of some of the material, that as a renal artery which was dividing into arteriole, and arteriole was coming here into this glomerulus region, it was making glomerulus region, so it was here rich in oxygen. having high amount of water, glucose, salts and nitrogenous waste material. But as urine is removed during this process, so here the renal vein which is collecting material, it is having less amount of oxygen, more amount of carbon dioxide, salts and will be according to the body requirement, extra salt and nitrogenous waste material all remove along with the urine. So you will keep this in your mind. Okay, if there is any problem you can ask me. I can explain it again. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.